Okay, so now we're going live on YouTube. As soon as it, okay, no, it's on. Okay, so hi YouTube. I'm Camila Conte. This is an English immersion of Talk and Talk, and we're gonna talk about childhood. Just for those who don't know, Talk and Talk is a platform for conversation for people of all levels. So like basic, from beginners to advanced and fluent people. However, this isn't a class, so if you're looking for a class, you can check Talk and Talk website, and that's it. We're gonna talk about childhood today. So I'm gonna start by introducing myself, and we're gonna share something we enjoyed the most about our childhood. So I'm Camila Conte, as I said before. I'm 26, soon to be 27 years old. I'm from São Paulo. I have a 3-year-old daughter. She's at school. I like to watch TV series. I like to exercise. I like to drink beer a lot. And well, I work as a software engineer. I think that's it. And about my childhood, I think what I enjoyed the most was traveling with my family. It's something that we always did, and it's something that we still do nowadays. So like 2 weeks ago, we were traveling in family, and it's something that we kept from the old times. And I think it's what I enjoy is the most, because we bonded, we had a lot of amazing experiences as family, and we discovered a lot of places. So I think that's it, what I enjoyed the most. And now I'm gonna call Ayla. Can you tell us about yourself and about your childhood?
Okay, hello, good day, good afternoon. So guys, my name is Ayla. I live in Belém, Pará State, north of Brazil. I was born here. I'm 47 and I'm married. I have a daughter. My daughter is 25. Her name is Beatriz, but we call her Bia. And I'm a dog person. I like so much dogs. I have a Shih Tzu. Her name is Amelie. And I live here with my husband and my daughter. So I work as a public servant. I've been studying English since 2020, after the pandemic, more or less. And I'm here in Chinchi since 2021. And I like to travel when I can. I like to visit new places. I like to stay with my family. And yeah, it's a little about myself.
Great to meet you, Ayla. I'm a dog and a cat person, so I can relate to that. I have a pincher like this size. She's Maria Antonieta, but we call her Nina. And I have a cat named Palmitit. So I really love animals. And it's great to meet you.
So cute. It's great to meet you too.
Now I'm gonna call Beatriz. Can you tell us about yourself?
Yes, hello everybody. My name is Beatriz. I'm 28 years old. I live in Sweden and I was born and raised in São Paulo. I work as a software developer, and I think a good memory that I have from my childhood was I spent the time with my cousins in my aunt's house, and I didn't have to worry to work, just study and play. So yeah, that's it.
Yeah, those times with our relatives are very precious, you know.
Yeah.
I was used to do that. We went to my aunt's house, and we had a swimming pool, and we were just like going crazy, you know, a lot of kids, and it's amazing. And I miss not having to worry about boletos, you know. It was amazing. I think Fern is waiting to, I don't know if he's gonna be able to introduce himself. Well, when he arrives at this meeting, he can introduce himself. So let's go to the second question. This theme is very interesting because we can bond, we can relate to a lot of stories. So I think it's gonna be a great conversation. So I'm gonna ask Beatriz, which is better between being a child and being an adult?
I think the better part of being a child is don't need to worry about boletos and just need to play, enjoy the childhood. And the good part to being an adult is you can buy the stuff that you want. Yeah, I think it's that, or travel wherever you want to go. So yeah, I think it's that, because the real adult part is not so good, like boletos, work. But yeah, but it's good. What do you
Yeah.
think?
So what do you think, Kayla?
So guys, sorry because I didn't answer the first question about if I enjoy my childhood. Yeah, I enjoyed a lot. I missed a lot my childhood. I was so happy because I played a lot and I have so good memories about this part of my life. So unfortunately,
Yeah.
I can't go back, but yeah. And about the second question, I think what is the better? I agree with Beatriz. I think it's don't have to pay a lot of bills, so it's so good. It's about to have so much responsibility. Sometimes it's so difficult because adults uh, can need to solve some problems, and it's so difficult sometimes, and to handle about bad feelings. Uh, I don't know. When I was a child, I think I worried only about how joy in the day. So how cartoon I I would watch it. So yeah, I think it's about the responsibility. So much dirt, deveres, I don't know. Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, duties. I think we can say like duties. I think I agree with you too. I think being a child is a time in life we don't have to worry so much. So like now that I'm a mom, I know that my parents had to buy me my toys. So I didn't have to worry about that, you know. Now if I want something, I have to work for that and I have to pay for that, you know. So that's the thing. And also about adulthood, I think paying bills and working and having to worry about lots of things is something that that I don't like. I like working, but I don't like being obligated to work, you know. I wish I could just work for, I don't know, I'm here not doing anything. I have my bills paid on time, and I want to code something anyway. So, and I think about childhood, something that I miss the most is like falling asleep at the car and my dad picking me up and putting me on my bed, you know. It's just something, I just woke up, oh my God, why I'm here? I was at the car. It's something that I miss the most. So yeah, but I agree with you too. So about the third question, what's your happiest memory from childhood? I want to know about you, Ayla. What was your happiest memory?
So my happiest memory, I think when I was on vacation and I traveled with my family. We went to the beach, and because in my city there are a lot of options about the beach and the rivers, so we went to the beach, and it was so good because we had a lot of fun in that moment. We played a lot, and I think I remember the animals. Uh, I like it so much to see the animals like birds and different animals. So I enjoy it a lot, and I remember about the food because my family like it so much to cook it. So and I remember sweets, ice cream, and yeah, it was so good. I think all children like this kind of activity, and it's so uh, joy, joy, and we could to get together and appreciate the moment. And sometimes I I missed because when we getting older, I think sometimes we keep away from my other relatives. So nowadays we don't get together this way as in the past, unfortunately. But it's normal because we have our lives nowadays, so it's complicated because work, studies, and family. But yeah, my happiest memory was my vacation when I was a child, and I I went to the beach with my family.
I loved it. I had lots of memory at the beach with my family too. We used to go there a lot, and I just stayed at the water all day long. I didn't get outside to drink water, to eat. I just stayed there like a fish all day long. And it was amazing. And what about you, Beatriz?
Yeah, I have the same like memories, like go to the beach with my family, with my sisters and my cousin, and I spent the entire vacation there. So it was good times.
Yeah, I think we have this privilege that you used to live here in Brazil, that we have beautiful beaches, and we have not all people, but some people have easy access to beaches, and it's just amazing. I really, beach is like one of my favorite places ever. So yeah, I have lots of memories there. And about my happiest memory, I think I have a lot. I have lots of them, but one of them that's most remarkable, I think it's when we used to go to the street, and like lots of kids, all of the kids at the neighborhood, we just go outside. We just went outside and played ball, played like ride bicycles, and we fill balloons with water and just like throw them on each other. It was amazing. It was a mess, but it was amazing. I think it's the most remarkable memory that I have of my childhood. So, Ayla, can you ask Beatriz the fourth question, please?
Sure. As a child, did your family mainly stay in one place or did you move around a lot? Either way, how did that affect you, Beatriz?
My family mainly stayed in one place. I just remember that we moved once, but I lived in a house and we moved to the another house in the like just crossing the street. So same street and same neighborhood. So for me, it didn't affect me. And I grew up in the same neighborhood. Most part of my childhood, I studied in the same college. So I think it was common that. And yeah, that's it.
I think you are very privileged to have studied only at one school, you know. I I I moved like 3 times. One time, the first time was to a completely different neighborhood. So I lost my friends. I had to move from school, and I think that's how it affected me the most. And then the other 2 times, I moved around the neighborhood, so it didn't change a lot. But I think the losing my childhood friends, it just affected me a lot, because I see people that, like my boyfriend, he has contact with friends that he met like when he was 10 years, you know, and it's just awesome, and I don't have that, so it's very sad. But well, we move on. And what about you, Ayla? Now, can you did your family stay at one place, or did you move around a lot?
Yeah, my family stayed in one place. So I think I lived at my house, my family's house for, I don't know, over 30 years. Yeah, it's a long time. And I don't know, I think it was good because I I had a lot of friends near. Uh, my friends lived nearby my house, so I think it was so good. In that moment, we go outside. We went outside and we played. I think sometimes we played a lot, and we don't worry about the dangers because everyone nearby each other know each other. So it was so easy for me to get around my neighborhood. I think it was so good, but sometimes I think you'd be so different and so I don't know. I think it would be interesting when we move it around because you can know other people and making new friends. So, but in my case, it's no happen.
Yeah. I think like when we grow up, it's better, you know, for us adults as adults to move around and meet new people and whatsoever. But I think as a child, I would have enjoyed the most like to just stay at one place and have friendship, a long-term friendship, you know. I think, I don't know, I think it would be best for me, you know. But as an adult, I agree with you that when we move to another city, another country, we can meet lots of different people, and we can like expand our culture, we can expand our language knowledge and a lots of things. So I don't know, I think that's my point here. So
Yeah.
now sorry.
Sorry. I agree, but I think as an adult, I think it's harder to make friends, like real relationships, like friendships. So you have to cultivate as well this new friendship, friendship, and sometimes it's really hard to stick to them and yeah, cultivate. So it's harder.
Yeah,
But I agree what you said.
I agree with you. It's really hard, you know, we get more, I don't know how to say that, exigente, you know, demanding. I don't know. But I think it's harder, yeah, as an adult to make friends and like really stick to them. You are my friend and we're gonna have a long-term friendship now because we're adults. I don't think we have that nowadays, but when we were a child, like, oh my God, you're my best friend. Yeah, so about the fifth question, did you have other children to play with? And who did you usually play with as a child? I'm gonna ask this first for Beatriz.
Yes. I used to play with my cousins, and I remember there was a boy. He was nephew of my neighbor, and sometimes we played like through my gate. So he throw the ball, and I catch the ball, and I throw as well back. So it was fun. But I think in most part of my childhood, I played with my cousins. And you, Camila?
Yeah, me too. I used to play with my cousins a lot. I have lots of cousins, like I think 23 cousins. So it's a huge family. And we are like we have the about the same age, like 2 year difference, more or less. And we used to play a lot together. But I had a friend, um her name is Gracie, and she lived across the street, and we met at 4, and we played together from the day we met to the day I moved. We played together all the time, every day. We rode bikes, we did everything together, and it was amazing. But now we just talk sometimes, you know, once a year. And but I used to play a lot with her. And I also had a dog named Peludinha that I used to play a lot with also. And I think that's it for that's the one friend that I was always together, you know. And what about you, Ayla?
Yeah, guys, the same. I used to play with some friends who lived near my house. I don't remember their name, but it was a lot of boys and girls, so we played a lot, and especially with the ball and the dolls, I think. Yeah, and sometimes we went to some playground, and it was so fun because the I remember that seesaw, gangorra, seesaw, and slices. I think slices. So and yeah, I I think I when I was a child, it was very common to stay a lot of time on the street to play. Nowadays, I think it's not happening anymore, and unfortunately, I don't know. I I noticed the children don't like it, this kind of, or because the dangerous situation, it's difficult to see the. But when I was a child, it was very common, and I had a lot of friends, but I don't remember their names. Unfortunately, we keep away. The mm, I don't know. I think when I was teenager, I don't know. But when I was a child, I enjoyed it and I played a lot.
Yeah, I used to think that too, like we don't have children playing on the streets nowadays, but I realized that it's just around my neighborhood, you know. My boyfriend, he lives in a neighborhood at São Bernardo do Campo, and it's every time that I go there on weekends, we have children playing on the streets, you know, and he lives on a no exit street, you know, and there's always some kids playing there, playing balls, rolling rollerblades and skating, and it's really nice to look at that and remember about my own, you know, because I used to do that a lot. And but it's sad because we live in a very dangerous, I think more dangerous society nowadays, and it's really sad. I don't have the guts to just oh, tell my kids like, okay, go there, play there, unsupervised, you know, like I used to, because my mom and my dad were always working, so we just stayed at home, me and my older sister, and we went to the street and we just played there. It was extremely dangerous, I know that, but I think nowadays is so much more, it's so much worse, you know. But we don't have much to do about that, sadly. And I think Fern is having a lot of trouble to stay here with us. I'm sending him some messages, but I don't think he can see. Anyway, so about the sixth question, children have powerful imaginations. Yeah. Can you recall any imaginary games or friends from childhood? I'm gonna ask this first for Ayla.
Yeah, I had a imaginative. Yeah, I I I don't know. When I was a child, I think I was I had a fantasy mind because for me everything it was a magic. So I believe it's about the uh, father's failure. I don't know. Yeah, I think I watched some Peter Pan movie, and I believe it a lot. And I remember that the his sentence, I do believe in fairy. I don't know. Yeah. So I I think it's very important to for children to be imagination, right? I think it's part of the growing up. It's so healthy for children, and so I talk to myself. Uh, Sometimes I talk to myself. I remember about it, and when sometimes I played alone, so I talk to myself, and I imagination. I had uh, imagination about to have different friends. A friend who could fly and take me other places. So yeah, I was this kind of children. Yeah.
Yeah, when you you said it, that imagining is something that's very important as a child, and I think we grow when we grow up we lose some of that, and it's I think it's very important for us and as adults also. Like one example is like when I have to work to play with my daughter, I have to be creative, and she's very creative, so I have to keep up, I just I have to keep imagining things, and sometimes it's really hard because she's seeing something like sometimes a few days ago she had a cream cracker that square biscuit, I don't know, and she just beat that, and she looked at that and said like, oh, it's a dinosaur, and I was, what? She was seeing a dinosaur at the cream cracker, and we have to keep this imagination, and I think it's very important for us as adults too. I'm gonna just press pause here really quickly so we can hear about Fern that finally among us. So, hi, Fern. Can you tell us about yourself and a bit about your childhood?
Camila, could you send me the question,
Yes, sure.
please? Because I have problem my connection. I don't know. I don't have idea. You speak what the question? Do you speak in two, one, two, three?
I asked you first to introduce yourself, and the first
Ah,
question is tell us what you enjoyed, what did you most enjoy about your childhood?
okay. I'm public worker. I work for Federal Court of Justice in Brazil nowadays. I work like a digital nomad. I'm living nowadays in Malta, but I don't know next month, sometime I intend to work in Barcelona. I don't know, but my life is this. No? I take the time to work in Europe to develop my English because my English is very bad, no? But very bad now. So, sorry. Okay. What the question?
What did you most enjoy about your childhood? Some memory about your childhood.
Oh my gosh, in my childhood, I enjoy a lot. I enjoy a lot talk about my grandfather. My grandfather is amazing man. After this, my grandfather passed away. My father is a great person, I think. Sometimes I have opportunity to talk about a lot of things. I have curiosity about the life. Yeah, my father, it's a great, like a person, great, bringing a lot. Think about my life, and you need to follow it, this. Yeah, yeah. My father is a great person in my life, even though I have in some time when I was 14 years old, I get out my parent house. I start lived alone. Very when I was young. Yeah,
Yeah,
when I
14.
was young. Yeah, 14 years old. But I love my father. I love my mother. Even though 15 years old is very young in Maceió. But sometimes when I thought about it, I think my father, I have a great idea. Get out of me mm, uh, um, house parent. Yeah.
Yeah, yeah. But oh my God, 14 is it's very young. I think like
Yeah, but I may feel like a man. Sometimes I am grateful my father to do it, to did it, to did it in my life because my father said for me, my hometown is Maceió, né? Maceió, eu role e compass. The life is war. Take your life, né? Live,
yeah, yeah.
live.
Yeah, you just okay, you just went for it, I'm gonna
Yeah,
leave,
yeah.
whatever. That's awesome. It's great meeting you. And so we were on the sixth question. Children have powerful imaginations. Can you recall any imaginary games or friends from childhood? And I'm gonna ask this now for Beatriz. So did you look to me, you look like you had lots of imaginary friends.
Yeah, I had imaginary friend, but me and my cousins, we used to play hide and seek, and we drew some monsters in a cardboard, and we throw paper on them, and we use as well cardboard to make like a castle.
Yeah, a
So,
fort.
yeah, we create some imaginary castles with cardboard. So yeah, and sometimes we like to pretend that we were spies and nobody could see us. So it was this kind of imaginary games.
It's amazing. Oh my God, these kind of games are just incredible. Oh my God. I used to build a fort. We had a ping pong table, and I just I threw some sheets all over it, and it was just like dark in below the table, and we stayed there. We played, we created doll houses with books, with cardboard boxes, and we used to imagine a lot. But the funny story that I have about imaginary friend is that my sister, my older sister, she had an imaginary friend that she played a lot every day. And one day she was at my aunt's house, and she just stopped playing with this imaginary friend. And my aunt asked her, why did you stop playing with your imaginary friend? And she said, oh my God, he died. He died. And my aunt asked her how he died, and she said he was just like ran over by a car. And she was 5 years. She was 5 years old, and she was like, so, oh my God, my imaginary friend was ran over by a car. It's amazing how kids just just imagine things and say things, and oh gosh, it's amazing. So Fern just went off again. But it's okay, so about number 7, can you ask this, Beatriz, can you ask someone this, please?
Yes, children can be scared of many things, real or imagined. Were you frightened by anything as a child? What do you think? What was your experience, Ayla?
Yeah, in my case, I was frightened by stories of witches. I think I'm afraid of the witches history, and monster. So I think I was like a silly a silly bobinha, yeah, because I believed it when people told me about it, but I think because I watched some new movies and about the witches and monsters, so sometimes I was scared, and I thought there was a monster under my bed at night, something like that. Sometimes I I went to my mom's bedroom because this, and I believed there was a monster in my bedroom. So yeah, in my case, it was that.
Yeah, sometimes imagination can also play tricks, Like we were talking about how good it is to be creative and imaginative, but sometimes it's really bad. And what about you, Beatriz? Were you scared of something?
Yeah, I was frightened by ghosts because on my aunt's house there was a place that's so dark, and sometimes I didn't like to go there by myself.
Yeah. Yeah, I know that. I used to be afraid of ghosts also. I like that thing people say, we turned off the light and just run to your bedroom. I used to do that a lot. I just turned off the light of my bedroom and just ran to my bed and throw my I don't remember, my blankets, I think it's blankets, all over me, and I just stayed there. But the thing I was mostly scared was about apocalypse. That's it. I used to watch some movies about apocalypse, and I think it's pronounced like that. I don't know. But I used to watch some movies about that, like Impacto Profundo and O Dia Depois do Amanhã, these kinds of movies. And I was really scared that someday it would happen. You know, I was just like, oh my God, my father is late, and I think a hurricane just washed him from the face of the earth. You know, I was just like, that kind of crazy. But I think that's the thing I was mostly scared. Some natural disaster, you know, something like huge. O Dia Depois do Amanhã is like that movie that everything just is below ice and frost, and it's, oh my God, I hate that movie. Anyway, did you have a favorite toy or toy series, and what was it? I think I'm gonna start with Beatrice.
Yeah, I did. I used to have a stuffed dog. And I like every place that I went, the dog was with me.
Oh, so cute. That's awesome. Yeah. Do you miss the toy?
Not now, not so much, but yeah, I think it's good to have something to remember the childhood, you know.
Some nostalgic, just something that you just go for comfort, you know. I
Yes.
think I would miss it. And what about you, Ayla? Did you have some toy that was your favorite?
Yeah, I did. I I did dolls, and I think teddy bear, ursinho de pelúcia, I don't know. Teddy
Yeah, teddy
bear,
bear.
yeah, teddy bear, yeah, teddy bear. And I think I like it, cute toys. Yeah. I remember there was a doll. It's like a baby, and I plays a lot with doll, and it was my I called it. It was my I don't know, little baby. It's kind of, and in the I had a teddy bear. Uh, it was uh, it was a a little, and I put it on my bed to sleep with me all the night. So yeah.
Yeah. Well, for me, I don't think I had a favorite toy. I know that I had, like, I got this gift, this Christmas gift that was I think the most creative and funny doll that have ever had. It was like a Barbie doll, but it came along with some paints, you know, some paints, and the clothes I had to draw the clothes with the paints. So I waited for it to dry, and I removed it from the plastic, and I put it on the doll. So it was amazing because I loved to sew, to, you know, costurar. I loved to do that kind of stuff, and this toy was just everything that I've ever wanted, but I never knew that I wanted. So the ninth question: do you still have any toys from your childhood? Where are they? And if not, where did they go? So can you answer that to me, Ayla?
Yeah, I still have, but when my daughter born, she destroyed destroyed some dolls I had. So yeah, I think I keep the some dolls with me for a long time, and because they were special for me.
Yeah.
I think they bring me a good memory, but my daughter, uh, when uh, when she was a child, she destroyed everything. Yeah.
What about you, Beatrice?
Actually, it's not a toy, but I still have a camera. My uncle gave to me, and I brought with me when I moved to Sweden. And I think it is working. Just need some cleaning. And yeah, I think I like this camera because I think after that I bought other cameras and I like to take photos. So it's not a toy, but it's kind of.
I
And
used to have
Camila.
a camera too. I used to have one, a pink camera, and I remember that when you reviews the photo, it had a border, I don't know how to say that, but it had a white
Burner.
border, yeah, on the photo, and I was just like, oh my God, that's so technological, and I was like 8. But I love to take photos also. I have my camera is right here on my side because I really like to take photos also. But for me, I don't have a toy from my childhood. I donated all of them, and not me, not me voluntarily. My mom did, and I used to be very angry with her every time she did that, but now I get it. And I have this thing. I have no idea how it's called, but it's a plastic thing that has a tiny, very tiny photo of me, my sister, my mother, and my aunt at the circus. And when you just put it on your eye like that, you see that photo. You put it on the light and you can see this photo, and I love it. I have a memory box, and I keep it in there forever. I'll keep it there in forever. And I think that's it for me. I think that's the only thing that it's really old and really, really, really old. Now that I'm thinking, I was like 2 years and at that photo, so it's very old.
Oh my
So,
gosh. I remember about this kind of photos. It was tiny, but
yeah.
I thought that's awesome. Yeah.
Yeah, I love it. And I wish I wish I knew the name of this thing. I'm gonna search for it because I really want to know the name of this thing. But I wish we had that more nowadays. It's just something
Mhm.
you can keep. It's tiny and it brings some amazing memory of a time of your life. But
Yeah, that's true.
so now for us to wrap this up, because I have 1 minute left, I'm not gonna ask the 10th question. I'm just gonna ask you, how did you feel about this conversation? Was it good?
It's so good, so good. I like to remember about my childhood.
Yeah, me too. I think it was amazing, and I really enjoyed having you here. I wanna thank you guys because, as I said, this is my third immersion, and I'm always nervous, but I'm getting there. Okay. And so, what about you, Beatriz? What did you think about this immersion?
Yeah, I felt a bit nostalgic, and it brought me very good memories. So yeah, thanks for having us, Camila.
Thank
Good
you.
job.
Thank you. I'm gonna send the survey. I'm gonna send it now because the last one I forgot. So I'm gonna send it now. And if you guys can answer that, it means a lot. And now we're gonna go